Hello, hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We talk about things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, and all of that juicy goodness. We are here for our midweek reading right after Christmas. Let's call in our guides, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me, bless my cards, bless my viewers. I got rid of all the Christmas decorations on my balcony and I switched it up to like a pink purple energy for the new year, which is going to be representing oneness. Purple equals oneness, like the crown chakra, and pink represents softness. So we're going with a pink and purple theme for 2024. And it's not too cold out. It's cold, like my hands are cold sitting here, and I probably should have a sweatshirt on, but I wanted to feel like easy with my hands to be open and pull cards. I hate when I'm in like bulky gear when I'm pulling cards, so I'm like totally decked out. All of my blankets. I have my cards down here, cards next to me, and we are just gonna flow and see what comes through. I also got guided to bring out my Angel Answers deck, which is also pink and purple, so I don't know what answers we're gonna need. Normally, we only use this deck if we're literally asking a question and we're like, should we do this thing? And then there's like, yes, no, there's it's not the right time, or you're ready. There's all different kinds of answers in Angel Answers. So I brought that deck out too. So let's see. Oh, quick little housekeeping. My sister got me a new little mini deck, and it's all like motivational sayings. This is what they look like. Let's pick one real fast just to start off this reading. She also got me a wonderful necklace and a cute little crop top that says "Shell Yeah," like fuck yeah, but instead it says my name. Okay, positive vibes only, F negativity. So the theme of this deck is kind of like, it's like swear words, but it's like kind of like get your shit together, go for a walk. So positive vibes only. And I have this sign outside of my front door of my house. So this is going to be the theme for the rest of this week into the new year. Positive energy for the new year. Let's make this a new year reading, shall we? Let's do the full moon that happened on the 26th, and then, which was yesterday, and then we'll do a full 2024 New Year's reading. I didn't think about that before I started filming. I was just thinking, I got to do my midweek reading. So we're going to start off, we just started off with that message. Now we're going to do 365 ways to raise your frequency. Spirit, what do we need for the new year? Numerology, finding your high frequency number. Ooh, this is interesting. It says numerology is a system where you use numbers to determine your strengths, talents, and emotional reactions to things, including the way you react to people, based on the meanings of the numbers. There are several different number systems used today in numerology. You can tell a lot about a person by the numbers associated with your name. I love this. Pick the method that feels right to you. Write your full name and write the corresponding number underneath each letter. Next, add these numbers up and reduce them down. If I look at my name, Melissa Alvarez, using, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Chaldean? 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 I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Using that type of numerology, the corresponding numbers to each letter are, she has like the numbers written down, 4, 5, 3, 1, 3, 3, 1, blah, 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 blah. Add together, they total 45, which further reduces down to 9. Okay, so you get how did she get the numbers for her name though? How does she know that an M was a 4? Oh, based on the Chaldean. So we have to look up what that type of numerology is. Chaldean or Chaldean. And then once you figure out what letters or what numbers, you get all your numbers out, you add it up, and then you condense the two numbers. If it's 22, then it goes down to 4. If it's 45, then it goes to 9. That means 9 is my name number. I could learn about characteristics associated with the number 9 by reading the meanings of the number according to the method I'm using, which in my case, it means that I am original, I take initiative and determined, and I get to the heart of the matter. This is so interesting. It says to determine your high frequency number, you're going to make a chart. Make 3 rows of numbers across the page. Leave space around them because you're going to add circles around the numbers. The top row, moving left to right, will list the numbers 7, 8, and 9. The next row will contain 4, 5, and 6. The bottom row will contain 1, 2, 3. Now you're going to look at each individual number in your name, and for each number, you will place a circle around the number on your chart. For example, my name, I have the number 1 4 times, the number 2 1 time, the number 3 4 times. When I look at my chart circles, the numbers 1 and 3 are the highest with 4 circles each. Oh, this is so cool. The number 1 is the basis for all other numbers, means that I'm creative and I tend to be productive. The number 3 means that I look at the bright side of things. I look for the truth of the matter, and I'm never neutral. Either I like something and agree with it, or I really don't. When I consider these meanings with my personality, it truly does fit. You can do this with your birth name or your married name. If you're female, it's interesting to notice the differences between the two. Usually they always mesh with your core self. You can find your high frequency number by making a chart like this for yourself. So do you guys get that? We have to go and look up I'm going to call it the Chaldean, the Chaldean numerology. So once you look that up, I'm sure it's just like the alphabet. Like A would be 1, B would be 2. I'm not saying that those are the numbers, but I'm sure it's signed up like that. Like each letter is assigned a certain number. So then you spell your name out, and then you find out what each letter is. You put that number underneath each letter of your name. And then you go and you circle on a different chart. You put 6 through 9, right? 1, 2, 3, and then 4 through 6, and then 7 through 9. And then you go and circle how many 1s you have. You circle how many 2s you have. And you do that many circles around that certain number. And then whatever number you circle the most of, that is your high frequency number. And then you look up the meaning of that number. So for her, it was 1. And it says that she's creative and she tends to be protective. I think I said productive. She said protective. My throat chakra is going a little nuts here. So her high frequency number was 1 and 3. So she's creative, she's protective, and she likes to find the truth. And if she doesn't agree with it, she doesn't agree with it. And it says, consider the numbers that surround you and look deeper to unveil the mysteries of your inner self that lie within. And I'm sure you guys know that numerology is it's so important for our path. Like once we understand like our life path number, we understand the angel numbers. We get to learn, even like with human design, our line numbers. I'm a 2-4 generator, and 2 is a hermit, 4 is an opportunist. So as we are moving through our journey, we have to get to know ourselves. We have to figure out like, all right, what's best for me? How do I function? Am I protective? Is it okay for me to be that way? And once it's almost like permission to be yourself when you learn about your numbers. Okay, the first card, I grabbed Micah Magic out of nowhere and just started shuffling. Call that person. So you're being guided to, somebody's being guided to speak their truth. Anytime I get like messages from people talking about the color blue, or if I see someone wearing a lot of blue or a couple people wearing blue, I don't know, in my reality, I just start seeing blue, it's usually a sign of the throat chakra. That means communication's coming in. Somebody wants to speak to you. They want to tell you how they feel. Maybe they want to confess something. So this is somebody out there, you're needing to call somebody to share forgiveness, to share compassion, to tell them how you feel. So this week, this year, might be the year of the truth, things finally reaching the truth, and you finally getting to the root of who you are using your numbers. And then you're going to utilize that knowledge and be like, who am I and where do I want to go? And am I with the right people? Maybe I hurt somebody in the past. So this year might be a year of forgiveness and coming into your truth. And I found this wonderful, it says say yes. Next card is say yes. I found this awesome picture of me and my mom from me in college. It was after one of my field hockey games. It was actually after the t-shirt I'm wearing. We had just won, I have it written on the back, sophomore year. My junior year is when we won a national championship. We went undefeated. And this year, sophomore year, was a growing year, but we had just won the NJAC championship, which was my league, like the college league that we were in. We just won it. So we got these t-shirts right after the game and we put the t-shirts on. And my mom and I were probably at our worst ever in this photo. I remember, and I mean, she's like a bright light, right? Doesn't she look like such a bright light? Her hair's dark now, like mine. She always dyed her hair blonde back then. She was a blondie growing up, but she was like a three-sport athlete. She worked three jobs. She grew up in Philly, was a tough broad, didn't take any shit, had like two knee surgeries. She's just like a badass. But at that phase in my life, we just butted heads. I would leave the house screaming F you. I'd shut the door, go to college. My college was like 30 minutes away. And I found that photo and I just feel like a completely different person. I feel like her and I have completed our karmic cycle. Like we went through so much in our lifetime together, so much negativity and anger and frustration and abuse and verbal abuse and physical abuse and all these different things. And it was just nitty and gritty. And and now it is the most loving relationship. And it's so different how when we do our own healing and when we change, we can then heal the relationship. We can speak our truth. We can offer forgiveness. So say yes to that phone call. Please make amends with the people that you love because you do not want them leaving this earth or you leaving this earth with things unsaid. My greatest mission in my lifetime was to learn how to love her. And I did it. And I can hug her with so much compassion and love now. So I just got a message that this will come in, a new partner, a proposal. Maybe somebody's going to take their relationship to the next level. This can happen when you make that closure, like when you heal that karma with your family. It's almost like you can't maybe make space for a partner until you've healed your feminine energy or your masculine energy. And the external relationships in your life represent that that unhealed part of you. So if you have any discord with anybody in your family, that is showing you where you're not healed. That because if you are fully in your wholeness, that's why purple is my color for this year, the wholeness and the oneness. If you are fully in oneness, all of your relationships are fabulous because people are going to behave however they're going to behave. And you're always going to be the observer and you're going to sit there and say, I see them. I see why they're doing that. This is their fear. This is their pattern that they're running in. They're coming at me being aggressive and I'm just going to like allow it to a certain point. We're going to set boundaries. We're not going to stay in anything toxic, but we're not going to go home feeling like we did something wrong. We're going to be able to fully detach from it and say, okay, they're kind of going through something right now and they're still in their patterns. But believe it or not, that will stop happening when you change, when you do your healing. I just got guided to get another card. You are being admired online. So I just heard TikTok. So somebody has a TikTok account and somebody's admiring you. And that doesn't normally come through. TikTok is not a high vibrational site, in my opinion. It's just how my hands feel and my body feels when I go onto it. I know it's a great avenue to reach a lot of people, but I feel like there's not a ton of light workers on there doing good stuff. There's light workers doing good stuff, but not enough of us. And I can feel that energy. YouTube, I feel like, is a totally different story. Pull back your energy. And again, that's all just my opinion. Please do not, all these readings are either Michelle's opinion or channeling messages. They're not, facts. You take what resonates and you leave what doesn't. I always get a lot of people sending me emails or comments, and it's like they're correcting me on the things I talk about or the things I share. And it's not negative, it's just their perspective on things, and I get it. But it's kind of like, I'm not saying this is truth. Like, you don't have to follow my advice. This is just my channel, and I like to come on here and just share what comes through me. Look at the colors. This is perfect. This is oneness. To me, the Hierophant is like the higher Hierophant, the higher perspective, and you're moving up these stairs. This is enlightenment. This is you seeing things from the highest perspective possible. And it's like, look at his body. Like, what are some words that you guys think of when you see his body? Relaxed, right? Settled, grounded, joyful, excited. even like his arms and his shoulders are dropped down, his legs are nice and flat, which means he's flexible with life. So there's so much meaning in this card with like where we're going this year. This year, more people are going to be awakening, more people are going to be opening themselves up to the higher perspective. This is really cool. Okay, I hate that I don't have a little spot to lay out all my cards. Maybe I'll move these. Not that you guys can see it anyway, but for my own view, I like to be able to see the cards when I'm talking because then I get other messages. And you guys know I'm a teacher and I like to recap at the end. I always recap the messages because I know our human brain can forget things after 30 seconds. All right, we're coming out of addictions. The devil energy is all addictions. It's trying to lure you in. So if you're coming out of a pattern, you just had an ego death and you're trying not to be who you once were, and it's not you're trying, you're just being this new person, but then you start to see your old life and the old people like creep in. My phone just buzzed. You start to see the old life and the old people creep in, or your old vices. One of the readings I did recently was about giving up your vices. But this will happen when you ascend. So as you're ascending and you're growing and you're becoming stronger, there's going to be temptation. You know, this happens and then this slides in, and then this happens and then this slides in. And this is all of those vices. It's the drugs, it's the coffee, it's the sex, it's the porn, it's the good looking people that you're intrigued by and you're wondering, what if? No, move that aside. You're here for a higher perspective. You're not here just to, you know, indulge in the instant gratification. You're here to go deep within your soul, to learn who you are, to grow, to expand. And these are all distractions. This could even be like simple distractions like Netflix. Okay, so this card isn't scary. It's just any distraction in your life that's keeping you from staying in a high vibrational state. So, for example, me decorating today, that put me into this higher frequency. It's why it's why I bought this book, because I'm always looking for ways to enhance my life for myself. And I want you guys to do that too. I don't want you sitting in your homes thinking that you need to distract to feel good. Be creative, come out into your patio area, go out onto your front porch and make it a space that you want to be in. It's not a distraction. You are seeing what you're made of. Like, I didn't know I was going to hang that tapestry up there. Wasn't even sure how I was going to hang it on the siding. Don't even know what it's going to be like in the winter, if it's safe to do that, you know, if it's going to get ruined. But I just did it anyway because I'm like, just came through me. The creativity was there. So when you remove distractions, right? We get rid of distractions. We start to create in a new way, and we're like, oh my God, I didn't know I could make this so beautiful out here. I didn't know I could write that book. I didn't know I could make that music, whatever it is. So remove the distractions and see what you're truly made of. We're going to use spirit animal wisdom now. Oh, the dog card. Divine service. How can you serve yourself better? Spot on. And look at the walls are pink too. So serving yourself is serving the world. When you do your healing, you're serving others because you're showing up then in new environments with this love and this warmth and this compassion. This is also you finding ways to get rid of the addictions. You're being of service to yourself, to your soul, and you're saying, ego, get out of the way. Let's let soul come through. This is soul. Let's let soul come through and be of service. Where can my soul be led to? Who can I help today? Universe, where will you have me go? What will you have me do? Who will you have me see? And what will you have me say? It's my favorite prayer. It's a Course in Miracles prayer. Okay, did you guys just see that? Two just jumped out as soon as I like did my first shuffle. More color. Seriously, look at the color of her scarf right now. And the flower, pink and purple. You're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. Yes! And it's almost over. It says your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look at the future with a smile. Ah, this just reminded me of something. And look, it's a clock. It's like time is not, it's not an issue. Everything happens in divine timing. So don't wait for something to come to you. We just know that everything's always being brought. Instead, we're blocking out the future and we're being so present. We're being creative. We're asking our guides and angels for the next steps, and then we're waiting to see what comes. We're not rushing and forcing things to happen. But you're ready for more. You're ready to move out of the stagnant energy that has been making you feel like you've been stuck. It's like time has stopped and you're just like, when is my life going to get better? This year is your year. Pink and purple, let me tell you, I am like not surprised, but so surprised. Okay, let's do Sword of Light deck. There's a lot of beautiful colors in this deck. I love it so much. Here and now, this is that present moment. So I always like to talk about with meditation to imagine like light coming up from Mother Earth into your feet, up through your root chakra, the base of your spine, coming up through your belly. And if you can think about the spine when it travels up your back, that's the energy. It's like a golden light going up your spine, out through the top of your head, your crown, and then up into the cosmos, which is this photo. It's coming up through Mother Earth. It's going through this man and then out through his crown. But this can only happen when you're present, when you're in the present moment, when you're meditating, when you're in nature, and you're actually giving yourself time to receive that healing energy. So this is also like an ascension card. It's like allow the light. I just heard allow the light to move through you. Don't resist it. Okay, let's get a message from money. My messages from money deck. I'm actually going to shuffle these. I just saw be mindful who you give your money to. So that was the first message. Okay. You get more when you are happy. Again, that goes with the raising the vibration. We're going to take all of these because they came out and I felt immediate rush up my spine. Journal about me. So this is when you're calling in money. Write down what amounts you want. Write down that you're so grateful that they arrive so fast. Feel my love by looking at what you have. So look at all the different items in your home and be so grateful. Look at your car, look at your clothing, and sit in the gratitude that you're just so happy that you have what you have. Put me under your pillow. So take maybe $100 bill tonight and sleep with it underneath your pillow and see what that energy does. See if that money kind of jumps into your subconscious while you sleep and you start to create more of it. See me in your mind as an endless flow of energy. I just heard when you're dreaming about money or about water, that means money's on the way. So I had a dream last night actually that somebody dropped me in the middle of the ocean, almost like from a helicopter. And I had no life vest. There was nothing in the water. There was no other boat. There was no land in sight. But I woke up and I was like, I have wings. I can jump out of that water and fly away. It was like I had this new sense of I'm protected no matter where I get thrown. No matter what environment I'm in, I can be creative and find a way out. Like to think of myself having wings, like ethereal wings. Have you guys ever heard of that? This actually happens to people. They start to have back pain and they start to have like separation in their shoulder blades. And it's like their wings are trying to come out of them. And normally we start to get our wings when it's time to be seen. And when we don't want to be seen, we start to have back pain. We start to have upper neck pain. And it's because these our ethereal wings are trying to come out so we can be more expansive. And it's kind of like the universe is saying, okay, we gave you enough codes to be who you are right now, but you are bigger than that. We are about to drop in some more information. We're about to drop in more energy into your body, and you need wings to do this next part of your mission. So you will have physical ailments when your wings are trying to come through. Your wings could be white, they could be pink, they could be purple. And I have right shoulder pain, like, or shoulder blade pain in my right side of my back right now. So in my dream, I saw my wings come out of my back and I rose above the water and I flew away. It was like, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of a big ocean of emptiness of where there's nobody there to save me. I can save myself. I have every tool I need. And that's, to me, what I felt when I came out of that dream this morning. That's the sense that I have, is I don't need something to save me. I have everything I need. And it comes, that divine timing, it comes at the right time. Like, I can't control when my wings are going to sprout out. And I was, in my dream, my wings were purple. So that was really cool too. And so that reminded me of dreaming about water. So when you dream about water, it usually means like you're allowing that flow to enter your life. Use me to love your enemy. So who are you holding a grudge to? Who are you feeling resistant to buying a gift for? Step out of your comfort zone and give when it feels uncomfortable. Be the person that when your soul leaves this lifetime, you're just sitting at a table or you're doing your life review, you're in a portal and you're seeing every moment of your life flash by. Are you going to wish you would have did something better for this person, for your enemy? Are you going to wish you stepped out of your comfort zone and gave more to them to show them what unconditional love is? That's the step you need to take. Giving is the antidote to emptiness. That is my favorite quote. I had it on my whiteboard in my teaching classroom for like 11 years. When you feel like you're depressed and you have anxiety, you have nothing to give, that's when it's most important to give. Literally go into your phone. This is what I do. I'll go into my phone and I'll find like 10 people who I haven't talked to in a while, and I'll literally just send them like a personal message. It won't be the same message for every person. It will literally be personal. I'll say something like, I am so enthralled by how magical you are and how you went through cancer and you survived. Like, I'll just cheer somebody on for their personal experience, even if I haven't talked to them in 5 years. And when I do that, the universe shows me so much love in return, because I'm reaching out and giving love when it's unexpected. Like, I'm spending time to stop my day and to get out of my own pain and discomfort to give. And when I do that, I actually realize that I'm not without anything. I have everything inside of me, and so do you. So giving is the antidote to emptiness. When you think you're empty, when you think you're not getting anything from anybody, it's because you're not giving anything. We have to start the energy flow. What you put out is what you get back. So if you're not getting love in your life, you're not getting attention, you're not getting support from people, ask yourself, are you giving that support to others? Are you giving support to others to the right people, and not to the people that are going to abandon you or abuse you or disregard you? That's another lesson too, is you don't want to give your energy to somebody that's not going to receive it, or they're just takers, Okay, let's do Angel Wisdom Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. I'm going to shuffle a little different. It's so peaceful out here. I'm loving it today. I just saw 2 birds, my little 2 birdies. So I feel like that's a little sign for somebody. Interesting. Maybe 2 loves are going to be coming together. 2 lovebirds. The end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. The opportunity for new happiness, a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction, a melodramatic reaction. So it's like, this is like the last straw kind of card. You're like, I'm done, I'm out, I'm walking away, leaving all my swords behind. Bags are packed. I'm getting out of this situation. I'm done suffering. So somebody is in that energy. And because I was shuffling and I brought in the two lovebirds, I think that's a relationship ending. I don't think it's a career thing. Okay, let's just, I'm going to do the angel answers, even though I don't have a question to ask. Let's do the angel answers. Yes. So maybe we'll get answers and then I'll ask a question. One more, please. You guys are not going to believe this. Yes to romance. I literally was just talking about the two lovebirds. Something is ending. And then I was asking a question and Spirit saying, yes, Michelle, it is the romance. That's what you were talking about. We're confirming it. So say yes to romance. Too good. Spirit is really funny. Okay, so since that's happening, let's do some messages from a person that you might be in separation from, a special person. So we're going to use the Hidden Truth Oracle, again, purple and pink, unplanned. So some sort of relationship is ending. Somebody wants to tell you that they feel you even though we are apart. I want to feel that way again. I just heard somebody misses how you used to listen to them. Like you're a very good listener. And these messages could only be for a select few. I love you. I just heard you motivate the heck out of them. They love you. I love you all. I regret lying to you. And we know we can always forgive that if the new behavior is different. I hope that you can forgive me one day. These are all so in alignment. All right, last one from this deck. I literally just said that we can forgive them. Actually, I don't remember what I said, but I was basically saying like it's not them who was doing the lying. It was their ego. It was their pattern. It was their wounding that was protecting them from being vulnerable or getting hurt. Yeah, they lost themselves for a little while. That happens. Sometimes we move into a different version of ourselves and we go dark and we're like, where did I go? Where was I just for the last 5 months? That is not who I am. I'm not proud of myself. But it's all a protection mechanism. Everything is from fear. Everything is for lessons too. Okay, let's do the Gateway Oracle. And I know that everybody is going to eventually wake up at some point. Oh, there was a card that's already flipped over. Embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. This is just like the Ten of Swords. Look, they're both walking through a door. He's leaving an old life, and she's walking into her new life. Interesting. And yes, we know it's about romance. And maybe and I just saw two squirrels chasing each other. So it could be somebody, maybe roles are reversing now. Maybe you were the chaser and now that person's going to be chasing you. But this person is still inside the house. So this person is taking a step. So I think this is saying that maybe somebody has been stuck inside the house for a long time in this old life. And now they're finally, yeah, the squirrels are still chasing each other. And now they're finally saying, I'm done. I regret lying to you. I'm coming to apologize. Manifesting dreams. So I just heard that you manifested this relationship. You manifested the healing in this relationship. My dreams are coming true. I also woke up this morning, every morning I wake up with like a different type of clarity. It's like a message from spirit. And this morning I woke up saying affirmations in my head. And it was like a clear, like, I deserve happiness, I deserve joy, I deserve peace. I am not staying in something. I'm not going to let my ego tell me differently. I'm not going to stay in suffering. It was like a clear knowing of how to accept love. It was like I had clarity that I actually deserve love. So I don't know if that's an overall message for everybody involved or if that was just for me, but it was like I experienced so much joy last night at Christmas that I was like thinking, like, is somebody gonna die? Is my mom gonna die now? Like, I'm having all this completion energy around her, and everything just feels so good for once in my life. And I'm like, wait, of course my mind is not used to experiencing so much joy because my whole life it was like non-existent. So it's uncomfortable for our nervous system to receive a moment of complete peace and joy and happiness that our ego will then create a story of saying how it's not true, and something will, the next shoe's going to drop. So I caught myself last night thinking, like, who's going to die now? Oh my God, am I going to lose somebody? Because I'm programmed. I lost my daughter, I lost my dad. If good things happen to me, something bad would always happen afterwards. So I'm conditioned. My mind and my pattern is conditioned to think when something's really good, then it's going to end. So this morning was that opposite energy. It was, let me receive more and more joy and not feel resistance to any of it. Like, I'm worthy of receiving it. It was a really cool energy to be in. I'd never felt that in my entire life. So it did feel like it was for me. Oh, I just shuffled that Gateway Oracle deck with only half the cards. There was more cards. Interesting. Oh well, too late now. Too late, too late, too late. Let's do, we did Micah, we did animals, we did money, we did tarot. We're gonna do another angel deck. Let's see what message we need to hear. These are like longer messages. I like them. Embrace the moment. Embrace this day, this very moment. Think positively today and repel those negative thoughts. Remember, I was just talking about that. Try not to judge yourself or others. This may be harder than you think. What is actually happening is that you're changing your energy. And here's a rainbow sign for anybody. So it's almost like this hand is like blocking the negativity and only allowing the light in. The light in. There's also a sunbeam, a rainbow. Looks like a moon behind her. It's a really cool card. So don't let your mind tell you that you're not worthy of receiving the dream life that you've been dreaming of. This rainbow is wanting to come into your life, but I truly believe that we're unconscious. We don't even know that we try to block the rainbow from coming with our mind, with our nervous system. If we grew up in a house where nothing good ever happened or bad things happened after good things, we block it unconsciously and our nervous system is not ready to receive it. It's like, we're like, no, I did too many bad things in my life, I'm not worthy. Or I was told that I was a horrible kid and I was stupid and I am not worth anything. Or maybe you were rejected since birth. That's an immediate no to good things because you just don't feel worthy of it. And the energy that I felt this morning was that maybe our collective is starting to wake up to, like, why am I at this job I don't like? I don't want to be there anymore. Or why am I with this person that diminishes me? I want out. And that's that energy of wanting out and waking up to your truth, waking up to, this isn't right for me. I'm allowed to feel joy. I don't need to choose the suffering, because we're really choosing the suffering because we're not seeing another way out. I'm glad I used this deck. That was a perfect guidance, perfect guidance for my guides. I'm also getting guided. Right now I'm going to close my eyes. I have all the books from all the decks in my bin here. So I'm going to move my hands across them and just grab one book. Okay. Spirit Animal Wisdom. It's this deck. Yay, I see blue sky finally. We're going to use this deck, but we're going to use the book. So I'm going to scroll. The wolf, heart medicine. And we also got the raven, a wise woman. We've gotten the raven before, which I love. That always reminds me of my dad. Okay. My dad always used to say this one poem from like third or fourth grade that he learned with my uncle, his best friend from elementary school, and it was quote the raven evermore or forevermore. Yeah, it was, he just would always say it in a funny way. So that reminds me of him. The wolf says, heart medicine, let go of that which does not serve your highest. The wolf brings medicine for the heart. He is a vital source of core strengthening power and brings a sensitivity to discern which issues of the heart are yours and which you hold for others. Ask him to help you release from your heart that which does not serve you, and let him take those worries away. Native Americans worked with wolves as totem animals. They were their allies in venturing through the spirit realms, the gatekeepers guiding and protecting them while their soul journeyed. If you call a wolf into your meditation, he will always go ahead and make sure the path you are walking is of a high frequency, and that you have safe passage through the realms you visit. He is a noble protector. I like this a lot because one of my biggest fears in life is just not being safe. Um, and I found out recently that it's because I didn't feel safe in the womb, because my mom was kind of resistant to having a fourth kid and she just didn't want me. So I think I felt that. I don't know. I'm actually going to do a past life regression on January 2nd. So I'm so pumped to see what happens and what comes through. It's just like a healing session. I'm pretty sure we're going to regress and go back. But I want answers. I want to know why I don't feel safe in this world. I want to know what has happened to me in this lifetime. Is there anything still unconscious in me that I'm not aware of? So I'm going to go deep and find that out. But the wolf is really cool because that's saying like, I can, maybe that's a message for me too. Like I can call on a wolf energy to protect me when I sleep and when I'm traveling and when I'm going places where I feel the most unsafe. So I think that's the message for all of you is call on these spirit animals. If you connect with a certain spirit animal, like a wolf, that is that protective energy, he's the head of the tribe. He won't lead you astray. You're a part of the pack. You're not going to be left behind. When you call that in, I also just heard somebody needs to call in dragon energy. When you call in dragon energy, you hop on the back of that dragon and it is going to take you to other realms. It's going to take you through past lives. It's going to help you. It's almost like guiding you through the cosmos to give you that life review, but maybe it's of other dimensions and where you're going. And I don't know, I just got this huge energy right now flowing through me saying yes, call on these totem animals, especially the dragon. The dragon will take you to that Hierophant energy. The dragon will take you here. It'll give you your answers. Like my regression that I'm going to have on the 2nd is going to give me more clarity about my life and who I am and why I'm here and what my soul mission is. I mean, who knows what's going to come through, but I'm open to it. I cannot wait to do it. Okay. I feel like I'm going to do one more page pull from a book and then call it a quits for this 2024 reading. So we talked a lot about relationships ending. We had 2 cards that represent somebody walking out the door, communication happening, talking about how money wants you to appreciate it and see all that you have. And if you want to create more of it, you have to raise your frequency. We learned about your name number and your high frequency numbers, to be present, to know that you are ready for this new life. And about my dream space, this 2024 is going to invite you to call in more joy and know that you're worthy of it, okay? We're going to use heart thoughts. I have a right to have the life I want. Okay, this is about relationships, I think. What kind of relationship would you like to have with your mother? I was not expecting it to say mother. Oh my gosh. How often? I've never shared a photo in any reading in 2 years. This is wild. Put it into affirmative treatment form and start declaring it for yourself. Then you can tell her. We got the call that person card first. If she is still pushing your buttons, you are not letting her know how you feel. You have a right to have the life you want. If you have a right to be an or you have a right to be an adult. It may not be easy. Decide what is oh my gosh. Decide what it is you need. She may not approve of it, but don't make her wrong. Tell her what you need. Ask her, Mom, how can we work this out? Say to her, I want to love you and I want to have a wonderful relationship with you and I need to be myself. So, somebody watching this reading right now, it is not a coincidence that me talking about my personal life, it was a message for you. It was a message for you to heal your mother wound. The readings all this week have been about money for me. And I did a video about healing your mother wound to attract more money. Excuse me. And this is what needs to happen. Your karmic lesson might be healing this karmic energy with you and your mom. If you have any discord with your mom, that is a karmic energy needing to be closed. So karmic is anything where things are left open. If there was abuse, if there was trauma, that opens up a karmic loop, and then that has to then be closed. And a lot of times the way we close karma is by being good, by offering forgiveness, calling that person and saying, I'm so sorry, I love you. You know, there's so many times where I had to eat a lot of the unconsciousness of other people because they're not aware of their past actions. They actually deny a lot of the pain that they caused other people and they pretend like it didn't happen, but you're the one that received the pain. And you're like, you're just going to deny my reality? Like, that happened. You hurt me. But they're unconscious. They won't ever see it. And we can't force them to see it. So then we have to step into a forgiveness state and say, all right, I just have to surrender to the fact that I might leave this lifetime and they might never apologize. And that's okay because this has made you better. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit there and you're going to see this unconscious part of them and you're going to say like, all right, well, I can't force them to know something that they're never going to know. So then how do I keep existing with them? We forgive it all and we see the higher perspective and we still love them because they didn't know any better. If they're unconscious about it, it's probably because if they actually knew the damage that they did, they probably wouldn't be able to survive here anymore. They would hate themselves so much that they probably would not be here. So you want them to stay unconscious because no human normally can handle coming to and having the awareness of the things they've done. But as spiritual beings, when we're on a healing journey, we can absolutely accept ourselves and all the crappy things we've done because we know that we were not ourselves when we did them. But somebody like your mom or somebody that's hurt you in the past, they might not have that spiritual awareness. And if they've remembered the pain that they caused you, it might crush their soul and they might not want to be here anymore. It might change their personality in a negative way. So sometimes I like to say, like, maybe we want them to stay unconscious because their poor heart wouldn't be able to handle what they've done. So keep that in mind too. I know for me, that's always been something like if anybody in the past has hurt me, I'm like, let them stay unconscious. I don't want them knowing that I know. Like, let me just heal it on my end. I don't need an apology because it's just not going to make me feel better. It already happened. Now, how do I want to live my life and learn from it and help other people not stay bogged down by that pain and that suffering because your soul really chose it for growth, no matter what it was, even if it was really, really horrific. If it happened, it was part of your life path. And if it was really horrific, then that just means you're a badass soul and you chose something really difficult to move through. Even though it sounds horrible to say something is good for us, that could be horrific. It really is the truth. Like, you're a warrior. You've been through something so tough and you're still here. And that's why we can offer forgiveness, is because, you know, if we're going through tough things and other people are doing tough things to others, they're not really conscious of it. And we have to be really, really aware of that and not try to battle with somebody's unconscious mind. You know, you don't want to battle with somebody's ego. You're never going to win. There is no winning. It's actually just like nonsense. You're literally just wasting your energy and your time. It's not getting you anywhere. So I hope you enjoyed this message. That was the perfect ending. I'm so glad I decided to do one more page because I thought it was going to be about relationships, but it was about your relationship with your mom. That was not a message for me. I am proof that you can go through severe, severe trauma with a parent, and however many years later, you can get to a space where you love them, you want to hug them, you want to nurture them, you don't want to talk bad about them. You want to teach other people how to receive them in their unconscious craziness and just say, love them where they are. They don't know any better. I am proof that all of you guys can do that. And those relationships can flip. Like the parent that you're talking about, they can start being nice to you. They can start buying you things and giving you gifts and asking you to hang out because your energy has changed and they feel safe around you now. And it's because and what happened with me was I started to step out of my pain. The giving is the antidote to emptiness. I started stepping out of my pain and I started asking my mom how she's doing. I would text her and say, how's your day today? How are you feeling? Because I realized she grew up with parents that never gave her any love, you know? And maybe they did, but maybe she didn't receive it because it wasn't the way that she wanted it, right? We all have our own perspective of how we didn't get love in childhood. So now, what if I'm the one person who actually gives her love that she didn't get her whole life? Her energy is going to soften with me, and now she's going to feel safe with me, and she's going to be like, wow, Michelle really loves me. And she's giving me love like a parent. It's like I'm her mom, teaching her what unconditional love looks and feels like for the first time in her life. And I believe that's our true mission. Whoever our biggest villain or monster or abuser or our biggest lesson in this lifetime, we're meant to heal it. That's the karmic energy. We're meant to close that loop because once it's opened, we have to like live other lifetimes until we close that, until we heal it. So once you finally do this and you heal it and you forgive your abuser, whoever it is you have discord with, that person then feels safe with you and it becomes this harmonious relationship. And you're like sitting in your lifetime going, I remember screaming at her, hating her, and now I'm openly teaching her what love is. Like kudos to my soul. When I do my life review in my little portal when I'm leaving and transitioning, I'm going to be so freaking proud of my soul that I didn't let the anger and the pain and the suffering win. I rose above it and I found love through it all. And you all can too. Okay. I am proof. I am proof. I am proof. And I can teach you how to do it too. So please book a session with me. Love is possible in any situation. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can connect your energy to mine. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and happy new year. I'm sure you guys will see me again before the new year. I'm going to be posting more videos. But this was an incredible reading for 2024. Lots of love and lots of forgiveness. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.